Hi everyone, it's Knitting in Our Jeans and I'm flying solo today. Sorry that we've missed you since before Thanksgiving, so I want to make sure. And I'm Carolyn, so CPREDMOR on Ravelry and Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram, and I've been trying to post nearly every day to show you the progress in what I'm doing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Elizabeth said yesterday she was cloggy, and her partner has a cough. So it is now 3 days before Christmas, 2 days before Christmas Eve, when we're supposed to be getting together. And we said, better you should stay where you are. It was 18 degrees Fahrenheit when we got up this morning, which wasn't early. Apparently it hit 16 somewhere during the night. I've been watching some people on YouTube and they're talking about how cold it is in Sweden and it's like -10. Well, according to our temperatures, when we got up this morning, it was -9. So, you know, they're not that much different. Yes, we are having a cold snap, and I really used to hate it going out below 20 on my way to work, because I'd walk out and immediately my eyes would start to tear and start running down my face. So I understand how cold it is when it gets below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's not uncommon. It's, you know, around here it used to be January, February where we would have days, weeks of 20, 19, 18, 21, you know, nothing where it got above freezing. So I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, we're having a cold snap. I think it's supposed to get a little warmer by Christmas. We'll see. And yeah, so Liz and her partner are at their apartment, hopefully getting better, drinking a lot of hot tea. Let's hope for that. So we're not going to be getting together today. So I thought I'd fly by myself and talk to you all. So wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah. They coincide this year. And Happy Kwanza, which starts very shortly after Christmas. And for anybody else who's celebrating anything, happy, merry, whatever it is. Rich and I haven't bought each other gifts in a long time. Really a very long time. And it used to be that I would go and buy his gift to me. When I was going out so early in the morning, I would like to have fur earmuffs. And so I would go and buy those and he would give them to me. But we have reached the stage where if you need it, then you buy it. So my suitcase proved to be unworkable going through the Phoenix airport, which we just returned from, where we were hiking. We probably have walked further in our lives, but this is the first time we've had something tracking us. So we, personal high of like 11,500 steps. I've not been able to keep that up. I have been able to do 6,000 to 7,000 steps, and there's a hope that I will get back up to 10,000 steps. We shall see. So the suitcase became just unworkable. So I bought a new one, and it seems to be very agile. So that's good, because Rich and I have just bought each other a trip. And I guess we'll say that that's for Christmas, because we bought it we paid for it just a couple of days, bought the plane tickets and made the hotel reservations just a day or two ago. So we've got that set up for February. There was just too much going on in January, and while we could find flights, we couldn't really find the hotel that we wanted, and it's been a while since we've been in a warm place, so out of the country. Well, actually, we're going to St. Thomas, so it's still within the protectorate of the United States, but you don't have to have a passport to get there. So that'll be February. Meanwhile, Vogue Knitting Live in New York is coming up, and I have taken pictures on my phone. I think it's my phone. It's on my phone or my iPad of what my homework instructions are. So I need to get started on that to make sure I have all the homework done before Vogue Knitting Live starts. I really hate going in and then having to do homework the night before, because it gets crazy. You want to see all your friends. There's so much going on in New York City. And yes, Liz and I are staying at the Marriott Marquis. We have found out years ago that I don't like going through Times Square where there are still the people in character at night. It's just too crazy for me. And so we stay in the hotel. And that way we don't really have to worry about, are we dropping things along the street and stuff like that, because inevitably we buy something at the marketplace. So hopefully by next week I will have had some or all of the homework done. We shall see. Meanwhile, I'll talk about what I've been doing. So you've been seeing on Instagram my Shirley, and I have gotten both sleeves done. So in the pattern, the sleeve is supposed to stop here, and so it would be half sleeves. I didn't want half sleeves, so I then continued on to make full sleeves. So I've done that, and that pattern, that lace pattern, let's see if I can get you to see the lace. That lace pattern will also be down just above the hem. So I have been working on it, and it's going along pretty quickly, honestly. But I had bought a Christmas knitting gnome from Miss Babs, and I thought it would be nice to get it done before Christmas. So I have done the hat. This hat then comes along down here and gets attached to the gnome, and the gnome is supposed to be knitting. The knitting needles that the gnome is supposed to have were shipped separately from the kit, and I have misplaced them. I have all the yarns. I have the stitch marker, but where the knitting needles went, I don't know. I have the cardboard envelope that they came in. I have the letter explaining why they came separately, but I don't have the knitting needles. And I think I brought them up here to my desk, but I can't find them. Of course, it would probably help if I put my glasses on. Everything would help if I put my glasses on. But I have gotten to the point where I like not wearing my glasses. So even though anything beyond 2 feet is a little blurry, it's at least clean. And I can't seem to get my glasses as clean. I think my glasses have become a dust magnet. So if I don't need to wear my glasses, I don't put them on. So I obviously will put them on to go outside, to drive, do all those kinds of things, but not in the house. So I have finished the hat, and then what you do is you go inside the brim of the hat and you pick up 60 stitches to then knit the gnome going down. So I've just picked those up, and I will do the next 3 rows, and I will keep going on my gnome. But what I'm going to do after that is, actually, I'm going to not knit. I'm going to go and walk. I'm going to do my half an hour, 45 minutes of walking to get that done, so I can check that off the list for today. Yes, I am in this constant battle to try to survive Christmas without gaining too much weight. And for me, it is a battle because God knows I love to eat. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, getting prepared in advance isn't bad. I have come up with a daily meal plan approved by the cardiologist. Saw the cardiologist last week. He said I was great, except for I'm too fat. So I will try to hold on to this daily meal plan that he said was fine, and we'll see how that goes. We leave for St. Thomas in something like 40 days, something like that. So I'd like to weigh 10 pounds less. Fingers crossed. We shall see. And more than 10 pounds. Be marvelous. Anyway, exercise is certainly a part of a healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to go down. I'm not going outside. It is, I'm looking at my watch, it's 22 degrees outside. So it's still below freezing. And that's 22 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still below freezing. So I'm going to go in the basement and walk on the treadmill. So I'll get my exercise tights on and my sneakers and hop down there and do that. So what's new? We're going to meet Lizz and her partner and her partner's parents at church on Christmas Eve for Christmas Eve service. And I'm not sure what's happening after that. I think then we're repairing to our respective abodes. And then we meet at Lizz and Ben's apartment for Christmas morning. I've already sent his parents their presents so they wouldn't have to cart it back on the plane. And they have already sent us ours so they wouldn't have to cart it up on the plane. Thank goodness for online shopping. Isn't that nice? Ben's present has arrived. Elizabeth's has not. Our wreath hasn't arrived. Normally I buy a wreath at our church, but this year somehow the wreath sales went awry. So I ended up having to order one from LL Bean. And of course we were away for 10, 11 days to go hiking in Arizona. So I couldn't order it. I couldn't order it before I found out that the church wasn't selling wreaths. So then I ordered it, I think, on the 13th of December. And it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So 10 days for a wreath to arrive. Normally they arrive in 5 days. So, you know, everybody's ordering a wreath now. And next year I think I'll just order it from LL Bean and have it up and be done with it. Or probably better yet, make a few phone calls, see if anybody's going to do the wreath sales and do that. Anything exciting? Gee, not much. I am trying to power through some of this yarn, as you know, that's on my desk, which is what this Shirley is all about, powering through some of the yarn that was up here on my desk. And yes, it did get some of it gone, so that's good. I've got obviously more downstairs, and my Forsera project has had a halt in it because I wanted to get the Shirley and the Christmas gnome done. So I'm going to do that, then I'll go back to my Forsera project and see if I can get that designed, and then we will have Forsera talked about here on the channel. I have done no kind of cross stitch. I really have been focusing on the knitting. I won't be doing another knitted character anytime soon. The size 1 needles with fingering yarn is a little tough on my hands with the arthritis. As is the Shirley. I'm telling you, size 3 needles or size 2.5 needles with lace yarn is not the best either, but we're using up the yarn. That's what's important. We bought the yarn, we're using the yarn, we're going to have a sweater. That's great. And other than that, I really don't have anything new. Lizz and Ben, I think, have been decorating their apartment. They're very excited about hosting Christmas. And then they have bought tickets for a Broadway show before his parents go back home. So we'll be able to report on that. Yes, we should see that before I talk to you again, so I can talk to you about that. And that is about it. We had snow yesterday. I went out and shoveled the snow. Richard watched me through the window. He says that when it gets really deep, he's out there with the snowblower, which is true because I can't start the thing. But I was out there shoveling, so at least we have a clear driveway and clear sidewalks, and the cars are clear. So that's all good. So anyway, I wish everybody very happy holidays, and we'll see you right before the new year. Bye.